Well, Phil Dirt, it has been the tale of two cities tonight, Rat City and Rose City, but it has mostly been a tale of the Rose City Rollers tonight, having gone 3-0 so far this evening.
It definitely has, Mike Checks. It's good to be here for this. It makes me think back to the very first one of these 4x4s at the hangar in Seattle, where Rose City only won one bout, so hopefully we can at least, as Rat City, come back. Carmen gets some out to jam for Grave Danger.
And much mayhem through the pack. She is your lead jammer for the Breakneck Betties.
Carmen gets some, trying to still get out. One more to beat Liquor and Split, holding up the defense. Out of play, finally signaled free from the pack. Carmen gets some.
Much mayhem hits the back of the pack, trying to work her way through. One blocker to beat, and she is clear. 4-point scoring pass, Breakneck Betties.
No more beer! We are beerless. Beer not. Beer out. We're out of beer. You drank all the beer! You guys, give yourselves a round of applause for drinking all the beer. That's very awesome.
That's okay. You can still get some at the after party.
That's a great reason to go to the after party, which we'll go to in about 29 minutes. Up on the lineup now for Grave Danger, number 88, Deviled Megs.
Deconstructor on the jam line for the Betties.
3-4 pack right now in favor of the Breakneck Betties.
Deconstructor trying to push against that three wall of Grave Danger blockers at the front of the pack.
Grave Danger right now doing a great job with that three wall, and Breakneck Betties just holding on at the back. Deviled Meg's having a heck of a time going through.
Avalanche with some offense, allowing Deconstructor to get through. She is your lead jammer.
Deviled Meg's breathing down her neck. I think she's drafting. I saw a compass.
Deconstructor deciding to call off the jam before engaging the pack on her scoring pass. Fists in the air for ref solidarity. No score.
Nada for nada. Our head referee for this bout is Stegosaurus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rose City Rollers' newest sponsors, Davis Law Offices, a small firm specializing in employment law, civil rights law, family and juvenile law. And if you missed a call, contact Moreland Vision Source so you can really see the game.
First trip of the jam line for Liquor and Split in this bout.
Up against number 12, Carmen gets some.
Liquor hits a wall on the inside, dances to the outside, and Liquor and Split is your lead jammer for the Breakneck Betties.
Carmen gets some, trying to find a hole through the center, finally towards the front, out of play declared. Both jammers now out of the pack on a scoring pass. Tempura Tantrum on her way to the box.
Liquor and Split talking to the blockers from the back of the pack. She pops through for 3 points for the Betties.
3-0. Grave Danger still unable to get on the board. -1 decap attack out with the star upon Thars for Grave Danger.
Avalanche at the jam line for the Breakneck Betties.
7-0 right now on the scoreboard, but we're awfully early before we head off to the after party at the Bossa Nova.
Both jammers look like they were anxious to get this jam underway.
Oh, Decapitat picks up lead jammer, first lead jammer for Grave Danger tonight.
Avalanche fighting her way through, sees daylight, takes a spill. Back on her feet, though.
Huge hit by Ponyanese with all kinds of defense at the front, but finally has to let her go. Decapitat coming in at the back, tries to find a hole, takes a little bit of a hip whip there from Shorty Ounce, gets hit out of bounds again.
Nice defense in the backfield by Scrappy Go Lucky. However, she earns herself a forearm penalty, gonna head to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Both jammers still trying to make it out on their first scoring pass. One goes inside, one goes out, but one doesn't make it. Oh, a huge monster hit. Back block major for Shorty Ounce.
Scouts Honor on the receiving end of that back block major. 4-point scoring pass for Avalanche.
Decap Attack picks up 4 points. She did pass everybody in the pack, so picks up 4. Grave Danger on the board.
So that was a really important jam there for Decap Attack. That's the first one with Grave Danger got lead jam and points on the board. Sometimes this game is going to come down to lead jam numbers. Grave Danger really need to keep going with that.
To do so, they stick out number 12 gauge, Carmen gets some.
Much mayhem with the jam cap once again for the Breakneck Betties.
Oh, and one whistle to start them all. I can't get used to it because I love it so. Nice defensive back wall for Grave Danger right now. Defensive jamming. Carmen gets some. Carmen's going to go back as far as can be. Neither jammer making it out of the pack, but to avoid a cutting penalty, she has to come in behind Carmen gets some. Carmen gets some doing a unique take of Eat the Baby. And with that, both jammers on the track again, heading forward. Neither jammer has made it out of the pack on their initial pass yet.
And for all of that trouble, much mayhem through the pack. First lead jammer, Breakneck Betties.
Carmen gets some escape in the pack, not your lead jammer. That part's already taken. Shorty Ounce out of the penalty box. I was about to say 4 tires each. 3 points for Carmen gets some on that pass.
Big Brothers Big Sisters Sports Buddies. Rose City Rollers is a proud Sports Buddies partner encouraging young people to get active.
Deconstructor on the jam line for the Breakneck Betties.
Deviled Megs out there for Grave Danger. Deviled Megs, a recent transfer from Hawaii. Welcome to the cold and rain. Big hit. Deviled Megs trying to make it through. Winchwarden calling a multiplayer block from the outside. Deviled Megs, your lead jammer.
Scout's Honor being sent to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box. She will join. Liquor and Split, multiplayer block being called on her.
2-on-4 pack advantage for Grave Danger. Deviled Megs coming back into the pack, trying to find the inside line.
Deconstructor through the pack on her initial pass.
Oh, and Deviled Megs gets a major back block, turning this into a power jam for Deconstructor and the Breakneck Betties.
Deconstructor fighting her way through that Grave Danger pack. 5-point grand slam, Breakneck Betties.
Time for defense for Grave Danger. They're going to try and set up a wall in front here. We're going to see the sausage in full effect.
Deconstructor goes sideways, slips through the pack. Another 5-point grand slam for the Betties.
Danger holding together a wall this time. Big hit by Calico at the outside. Tries to get in behind. And did force her to make that cut.
Track cut on Deconstructor will send her to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box for 1 minute.
Great work by Jerica Callio with that, forcing that cut.
And now Shove Me Tender also headed to the penalty box. Also a track cut penalty.
How you like that? One jammer goes in, another comes out. Deviled Megs back on the track and through.
Liquor and Split not happy, not picking up that call there.
5 big points for Deviled Megs and Grave Danger. Grave Danger getting back on this game. Found themselves in a little bit of a hole. Multiplayer block coming in from the outside and grand slam Deviled Megs.
Liquor and Split being called on that multiplayer block. She is going to head to the penalty box. Randy Pan.
All right, huge jam there for Deviled Megs. We're looking at 26-14 right now. That's like a 12-point difference, so that's...
Hey, speaking of 12.
Hey, look out there. It's Carmen Get Some out to jam all by herself. No pack declared. Gives her free passage through the wasteland. Lead jammer Carmen Get Some.
Betty's down to only 2 blockers on the track, feeling the effects of the penalties right now.
Carmen gets some jukes to the inside, jukes outside. 5 big points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Carmen gets some.
Deconstructor out of the penalty box and out of the pack on her initial pass.
Carmen gets some, goes outside, ducks back inside. 1 more to beat. Calling the jam, picking up another 4 points. 9-point jam for Carmen Get Some.
That was 3 grand slams in a row for Grave Danger. Those 3 are what brought them back. Grand slams, so when you get 5-point scoring pass, working out really well for the Danger.
Weird that. We're looking at 26-23, 20-some change on the clock. Decap attack out to jam for Grave Danger.
Much mayhem jamming for the Betties, and holy cow, we're starting at the Ron Tonkin pivot line.
Holy smokes.
Much mayhem through the pack, lead jammer status for the Breakneck Betties.
Decap attack got hit to the outside, had to cycle into the back, taking some heat at the front of the pack, passed out the inside.
Much mayhem through the pack quickly on the inside rail. 5-point grand slam, Breakneck Betties.
The battle of the grand slams. Decap attack finally out of the pack, now on a scoring pass. Much mayhem's going to call that after picking up 4. Whoa.
Great offense by Scrappy Go Lucky there for the Breakneck Betties, Randy Pan.
So both teams have spent the equal amount of time in the penalty box, but right now we have 5-2 lead jams for Breakneck Betties. That's what's winning the game for them.
That's what's going to do it. We got an official timeout on the floor right now. Coach Annihilator out there, along with team captain Jerica Callio, discussing things with Stegosaurus. I would like to personally thank all of the officials, the non-skating officials, and the referees who are here tonight. This rules came out, what, Mike Check, last week?
A couple weeks ago, but it hasn't been out that long.
A couple of weeks ago. They've already memorized it. They've got it all down. Randy Pan.
The review is on whether or not 88 for the Breakneck Betties committed a cut major or cut penalty. They're reviewing it.
Thank you, Randy Pan. As it sits right now, we've got a 4-2 pack advantage for the Breakneck Betties. We'll see if that changes.
Well, fans, don't forget the after party tonight at the Bossa Nova Ballroom on East Burnside. You can't get beer anymore here this evening, but you can get it there. Make sure you come and join us.
Come on down, buy everybody a drink. Why not? I will be. No, not really, but... All right, Mike Checks, we've got a 35-23 game so far, just a little over 10 minutes left.
That was not a review, just crossing the I's and dotting the T's on penalties.
Thank you, Randy Pan.
Avalanche on the jam line for the Breakneck Betties.
Number 48, Knee-High Nightmare out there for Grave Danger. Oh, Knee-High Nightmare knocking Avalanche out. Goes back, but not all the way to the very back of the pack. Knee-High Nightmare gets hit out of bounds, ducks back in, goes around the outside, picks up lead jammer, Knee-High Nightmare. Cut a betch with a big hit there at the back as Knee-High Nightmare comes back into the pack, meets a wall of Breakneck Betties.
Avalanche through on her initial pass.
Knee-High Nightmare escapes the engagement zone and picks up 4 big points. And calls off the jam, making that 4-0 run. Just what Danger's looking for, finding themselves just in a small hole, working their way back out of it.
Well, as we expected, a back and forth bout between these two. Only 8 points separating these teams. Deconstructor returning to the jam line for the Breakneck Betties.
The workhorse for Grave Danger, Carmen Gitsum, out there for Grave Danger, of course, because it'd be silly if she wasn't, but big hits right there. Both jammers go out of bounds. Both of them come right back in. Deconstructor takes the inside line.
Jammer battle in the backfield. Deconstructor getting the best of it. She is out lead jammer status. Breakneck Betties.
Carmen gets some out of it, out of play. Multiplayer block called on 426.
That would be Ripley picking up that multiplayer block. Deconstructor trying to find an answer to that pack.
Both jammers making their way in. Carmen gets some, getting hit to the outside. Goes to the inside. One more to beat as Deconstructor at the back of the pack.
Scrappy Go Lucky giving her the business at the front end of the pack.
Patience Grasshopper headed off to the sin bin to sit there for a minute and feel much shame.
I'd like to thank Kay's Bar, Selwood's sweetest watering hole and proud sponsor since 2007, and Strength Fit, helping the Betties continue breaking necks and dreams in 2012.
Deviled Meg's out to jam for Grave Danger.
Liquor and Split returning to the jam line for the Betties.
Both jammers trying to make their way out on this first pass. Great defense by the Betties, but Deviled Megs goes to the outside, takes a step out, finds an open hole, lead jammer.
Liquor and Split taking a body whip off an automatic weapon, clears the pack on her initial pass.
Both jammers making their way around. Grave Danger setting up in the back. We've got Breakneck Betty setting up in the front. That jam gets called by Deviled Megs. 3-0. Advantage Danger.
5 points separating these two teams as we near the halfway mark in this bout.
We're halfway to the Bossa Nova.
Much Mayhem leading scorer in this bout so far on the jam line for the Betties.
Number 187, Cut Betch up for Grave Danger. There's no the. What am I saying the for?
So
all right, jam starts. Cut Betch at the front of the pack trying to get past that 2-wall.
Multiplayer block being called. Lead jammer status going to Grave Danger.
Much Mayhem, though, hot on her heels. Both jammers flying around trying to pick up some points. Again, mic checks, we're seeing Breakneck Betty setting up in the front. Grave Danger setting up in the back. This time, discretion, the better part of valor for 187 Cut a Bet. She's going to call that jam 0-0.
If you like numbers, rules, and roller derby, we have the job for you. Volunteer as a Rose City Rollers official. Find out more by visiting the volunteer table in the lobby or by visiting us online at www.rosecityrollers.com/volunteer.
Liquor and Split jamming once again for the Betties.
Decap attack, -1, out jamming for Grave Danger, and it looks like she is now on a power jam. Liquor and Split picking up a major back block. Of course it's major, there's no minors.
And for Liquor and Split, that is her third penalty, and in these half bouts, skaters only get 4 trips to the penalty box.
Big hit there by Avalanche on Decap attack. Decap attack shoots on through. 5 more big points for Grave Danger.
And that brings us to a tie score, Phil.
Hokey smokes. Jessica Callio picking up a major back block. Oh, Avalanche just sluking off Decap attack. She's had her head removed. Of course she can take a hit like that. Another grand slam Decap attack.
Well, that was a solid hit by Avalanche. Grave Danger now taking the lead.
Decap attack trying to make it through. No pack, says Cirrhosis at the front of the pack. Decap attack shoots on through, and another 5 points, Grave Danger, and Grave Danger in the lead.
Scrappy Go Lucky rejoining her teammates on the track. Full blocker contingent for the Betties.
Decap attack trying to take the outside line, but that gets denied. Multiplayer block call from the outside. Decap attack trying to make it through, and she calls off the jam. Seeing Liquor and Split come out of the box. 4-0 on that last part.
Scrappy Go Lucky called for a multiplayer block at the end of that jam. She will start the next jam in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
13.5 minutes. We got 39-53. Grave Danger in the lead. Hey, Grave Danger fans, show them some love.
Deconstructor jamming for the Breakneck Betties.
Up against Carmen Gitsum. Gitsum trying to hug that inside line. Does lead jammer Gitsum.
Grave Danger has done a great job adapting to the Betties strategy. They have the momentum right now. And Deconstructor being sent off the track. A track cut penalty lands her in the penalty box.
Oh, turning this into a power jam. Just as Carmen Gitsum headed back to the back. Heads into the back of the pack with a head fake, but they don't fall for it. Carmen gets some, getting hit, wondering when that 20 feet is going to go in, and Cirrhosis is all over it. Grand slam, gets some.
That was an amazing battle up front between Scout's Honor and Carmen Gets Some.
Absolutely fantastic defensive work by Breakneck Betties on this power jam. Carmen Gets Some. Oh, a huge hit by Get Some. In addition to the hit, give her 5 points for her troubles.
Shove Me Tender on the receiving end of that hit. Scrappy Go Lucky joining her teammates once again on the track.
I don't think that shove was very tender. Big hit by Get Some. Another multi-player block being called from the outside. Carmen Gets Some trying to make her way through that pack. 2 more to beat. Gets hit to the outside. Gets back in. Tries to find the open line. That line is shut down at the outside pack.
Automatic weapon now sent to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box for a multiplayer block.
Another grand slam. Carmen Gets Some. Jessica Callio out there doing some great defensive work in the Grave Danger pack. Tempura Tantrum tries to go for a hit but just misses. Great work by Deconstructor.
Grave Danger taking all of the momentum here as Deconstructor still battling against the front of that Grave Danger pack.
Deconstructor out of the pack. Finally on a scoring pass, and Carmen Gets Some, calls off the jam. Picking up an additional 3 points.
Huge jam there for Grave Danger. Now, interestingly enough, both teams have spent the same amount of time in the penalty box. Grave Danger has gotten lead jam a little more, so now they're even in lead jammer. But more power jams for Grave Danger, and that's why they've been able to capitalize and push this lead. And it looks like, yes, we have a 4th trip for Scrappy Go Lucky. That means that she is ejected from the rest of the bout.
Well, remember, fans, we talked about it earlier. 4 trips to the penalty box, and you are no longer allowed to skate for the evening. Scrappy Go Lucky being relieved of her duties this evening.
The Breakneck Betties are using their official review. They'd like to discuss something. We're sending out the one, the only, the Mr. Randy Pan to find out what's going on for us.
I believe the review is about points issues, so I'll get back to you when I know more.
Thank you, Randy Pan.
The review using a no pass, no points pass. So for some of the points, exactly. So we'll see if someone's out of play, you can't get the point for them. Call stands, points are go as they do.
Well, Phil, that means we've got 32 points separating these teams.
You know, Mike, I really think it's been a battle of power jams. We still got 11 minutes and 8 seconds left. That's a lot of jams, so whoever makes the worst mistake could win at this point in time.
Much mayhem jamming for the Betties, trying to get them some momentum back.
Deviled Megs out there, finds the inside line. Oh, a major forearm on Deviled Megs, turning this into a power jam for the Breakneck Betties.
Well, and Phil, very important the timing of that call. She was out first, but got called for the penalty before lead jammer status had been assigned. That lead jammer status then went to Much Mayhem for the Breakneck Betties.
Oh, great defensive work there by Shorty, Ounce, and Loco Chanel. Loco Chanel with a huge hit, but just misses that last one.
Much Mayhem dancing to the inside. 5-point grand slam, Breakneck Betties.
It's like I was saying something about mistakes, and then Deviled Megs goes to the penalty box.
Much Mayhem, nice footwork there. That's 10 points to her credit so far this jam.
And we've got game again, 49-71. Great big hit by Loco Chanel at the front of the pack. Loco Chanel going for another hit. Nice dodge. Another 5 points. Much Mayhem and Breakneck Betties.
Well, and some impressive passive offense right here by the Breakneck Betties, allowing Much Mayhem to rack up the points in this power jam.
Some call it the sausage. We're going to call it a lot of points. Out of play major on Loco Chanel.
5-point grand slam, Much Mayhem.
Devil Meg's out of the penalty box trying to make it through, I think, on her initial pass. Yes, it is. Shorty Ounce hitting Much Mayhem out of bounds. Much Mayhem just decides to call it off.
You know, gentlemen, it's really interesting how when both jammers are on the track, the passive offense just ceases to exist. It's the strangest thing.
I'd like to thank Medical Massage Northwest, happy rubbing away the aches and pains of Rose City Rollers, and Joe's Burgers, now downtown on 4th. Check them out. Much Mayhem sitting on 36 points of Breakneck Betty's 59 so far.
I have no clue either.
All right, Cut a Betch out there jamming for grave danger, picks up lead.
Liquor and Split clear on her initial pass, shrugging off a hit as only she can.
Carmen gets him, tried to line her up, but just missed. Cut a Betch takes the inside line, hands on hips, calls the jam. 4 points versus 3 for the Breakneck Betties. Liquor and Split picking up that 3. They score till the 4th whistle.
Nice final effort by Liquor and Split there, picking up those points for the Betties. Don't stop skating until that final whistle.
-1 decap attack out for grave danger.
Against Deconstructor for the Breakneck Betties.
1 whistle will start them all. Thank you. Decap attack hit out of bounds right off the get-go.
Hostile projectile, great offense, allowing Deconstructor to break through the pack for lead jammer status.
Oh, a burst of speed by Decap attack gets her out of the pack. And
no score in that jam, 0-0. Deconstructor calling off that jam just in time.
Don't forget the after party tonight at the Bossa Nova. Party with all these ladies that are working so hard for your entertainment. And, yeah, it's a good time.
We're 7 minutes, 14 seconds away from the Bossa Nova. And number 48, Knee High Nightmare, out to jam.
Opposite Much Mayhem for the Breakneck Betties. And Much Mayhem, lead jammer.
Both jammers now out of the pack. I feel Mo swinging back and forth each way. 4-2 pack, 4-2 pack advantage.
So many things happening so quickly. Shove Me Tender being sent to the penalty box for a low block. Much Mayhem darting to the inside with help from Push Latush for a scoring pass for the Betties.
That is 40 points for Much, and she's been lead jammer every time she is jammed.
Oh. Very impressive night tonight, that's for sure. Number 33, Jerica Callio out there to jam for grave danger, first time tonight.
Liquor and Split returning to the jam line for the Betties.
Jerica Callio finds a nice line through the center of the pack, goes from outside inside, lead jammer.
Liquor and Split, though, bent on chasing her down.
Breathing down her neck.
And Liquor and Split successfully forcing the call off.
9 points separating these two titans.
Well, gentlemen, what we have seen should not surprise us. Smart play from two home league champions here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. These two teams are battling back and forth. 9 points is all that we have to separate them.
Blocker advantage going to grave danger, 3-2 against the Betties. Deconstructor jamming once again.
And out there is Carmen Gitsum, lead jammer. Carmen Gitsum, I have to say, one of the smartest players in all of Derby. Out there right now trying to make it around. One more to beat.
Ripley out front, nice positional blocking.
Shoots through, grand slam, Carmen Gitsum.
Deconstructor out on her initial pass. And again, Deconstructor for the Betties, showing why you don't stop skating to that final whistle. Nice 2-point effort.
everything is pretty even on stats. The one thing that has made a difference is the power jams. Grave Danger have had 3, Breakneck Betties have had 2, and it's still a very close bout. That might be the one thing that's deciding it, but both teams playing very even right now.
Up to jam for her first time tonight, number 14, Shorty Ounce.
Much mayhem again with the jammer cap for the Breakneck Betties.
Shorty Ounce hit to the inside, bounces back out. Lead jammer, Shorty Ounce.
Much mayhem out of the pack on her initial pass. Skaters being sent to the penalty box. Northern lights out and Ponya knees.
2-3 pack advantage. Oh, and a 3-0 point advantage. Breakneck Betties picking up 3.
Phil Dirt, you've got to say this about the Breakneck Betties. They continue to skate. I can't tell you how many second chance points they've gotten this evening just continuing to skate.
I've always been a huge fan of Deconstructor because she seems to have one of the best workmanlike attitudes from when I used to come down here and watch all the seasons in Rose City's second season. Deconstructors just has been a workhorse and it's just amazing to watch. Cut a bitch out there jamming for Grave Danger right now, and she finds a hole in the center. Lead jammer, cut a bitch.
Liquor and Split now fighting her way through. She is clear on her initial pass for the Betties. Blocker advantage to the Betties, but lead jammer status went to Grave Danger.
2-3 pack advantage. Tempura Tantrum holding out for a whip. Cut a bitch gets hit to the outside. Calls off the jam. All kinds of nonsense going on.
3 points picked up by Liquor and Split. Ripley headed to the penalty box, blocking out of play.
2 minutes and 30-odd seconds till we go to the Bossa Nova for the after party.
10-point difference, very few skaters on the track. Much mayhem jamming for the Betties.
Decap Attack tries to go to the outside, but that gets shut down.
And it's Much mayhem through the middle. Lead jammer status, Breakneck Betties.
Oh, Decap Attack holding that inside line, makes it out. Here goes Shorty Ounce and Shove Me Tender to the sin bin. Mini micro pack out there. Pass 1, it'll give you 4.
Smart play there by the Breakneck Betties. Micro pack on the track, 1 blocker for each team. Much mayhem taking the 4 points and calling off the jam, Phil.
Grave Danger did pick up 3 points, though. One of the skaters from the Breakneck Betties was exiting the penalty box just as the jammer went by. So she passed 1, it'll get you 3. So we're looking at 78-87. Hey, folks, are you enjoying this game?
Liquor and Split jamming once again for the Breakneck Betties, and she is being sent to the penalty box for a forearm.
Oh. And Carmen gets your lead jammer, and this is going to be a power jam.
Liquor and Split trying to lobby for the high block, did not get it, instead sent to the penalty box. Advantage Grave Danger.
Oh, a huge hit on Carmen but she manages to get through the center. Out of play, called in front of the pack, and another grand slam for Carmen
Scouts Honor taking a seat in the penalty box, and it looks like Liquor and Split has picked up her 4th penalty, and she is done for the evening.
Carmen has picked up another grand slam, making it through. 3-2 pack advantage out there for Grave Danger, and the only jammer in the building right now.
Penalties have done the Betties in so far. Carmen gets another 5-point grand slam for Grave Danger.
Seeing a variation on the sausage. Now we've got 2 walls. Carmen coming back around. Carmen going to slow down. 10 seconds left on the clock. Carmen calls off the jam as time expires. Hokey smokes, Mike checks, Randy Pan, what about? Unofficially 102-78.
Grave Danger victorious in the final bout of the evening.